One sunny day, a group of animal children were playing in the forest. They saw different shapes of matter around them and wondered why they were like that. "Look at this rock. It's so hard and rough," said the rabbit. "Maybe it's because it likes to fight with other rocks and make them break." "That's silly. Rocks don't fight," said the squirrel. "Maybe it's because it's afraid of water and tries to stay away from it." "That's even sillier. Rocks don't feel fear," said the deer. "Maybe it's because it's very old and has wrinkles all over it." The animals laughed at each other's guesses and moved on to another shape of matter. "Look at this water. It's so soft and smooth," said the rabbit. "Maybe it's because it likes to hug everything and make them wet." "That's silly. Water doesn't hug," said the squirrel. "Maybe it's because it's very curious and tries to explore everything." "That's even sillier. Water doesn't explore," said the deer. "Maybe it's because it's very young and has no shape of its own." The animals laughed again and moved on to another shape of matter. "Look at this air. It's so invisible and light," said the rabbit. "Maybe it's because it likes to hide from everyone and make them guess where it is." "That's silly. Air doesn't hide," said the squirrel. "Maybe it's because it's very shy and tries to avoid everyone." "That's even sillier. Air doesn't avoid," said the deer. "Maybe it's because it's very wise and has nothing to show off." The animals laughed once more and moved on to another shape of matter. "Look at this fire. It's so bright and hot," said the rabbit. "Maybe it's because it likes to dance with everyone and make them warm." "That's silly. Fire doesn't dance," said the squirrel. "Maybe it's because it's very angry and tries to burn everything." "That's even sillier. Fire doesn't burn," said the deer. "Maybe it's because it's very brave and has nothing to fear." The animals laughed for the last time and moved on to another shape of matter. As they were walking, they saw a wise owl sitting on a branch. The animals greeted him and asked him if he could tell them why different shapes of matter exist in their current shape. Hoot smiled and said, "I'm glad you asked, my young friends. The shapes of matter are not random or silly. They are determined by the forces of nature and the laws of science. Let me explain to you how it works." Hoot then told them about the three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. He said that matter is made up of tiny particles called atoms and molecules, and that they can move and interact with each other in different ways. He said that in a solid, the particles are tightly packed and vibrate in fixed positions, giving the solid a definite shape and volume. He said that in a liquid, the particles are loosely packed and slide past each other, giving the liquid no definite shape but a definite volume. He said that in a gas, the particles are far apart and move freely, giving the gas no definite shape or volume. Hoot then told them about the changes of state: melting, freezing, evaporating, condensing, and sublimating. These changes happen when matter gains or loses heat energy, which makes the particles move faster or slower. When a solid gains enough heat energy, it melts into a liquid. When a liquid loses enough heat energy, it freezes into a solid. When a liquid gains enough heat energy, it evaporates into a gas. When a gas loses enough heat energy, it condenses into a liquid. Sometimes, a solid can directly change into a gas or vice versa without going through the liquid state. This is called sublimation or deposition. Some examples of these changes of state in nature are when the sun shines on a snowman, it melts into water. When the temperature drops at night, the water freezes into ice. When the water in a pond heats up, it evaporates into water vapor. When the water vapor in the clouds cools down, it condenses into raindrops. Hoot then asked the animals if they understood everything. The animals nodded and thanked him for his lesson. Hoot smiled. "You're very welcome, my young friends. I'm happy to share my knowledge with you. Remember, the world is full of wonders and mysteries, and you can always learn more by observing and asking questions. Now, go and have fun, and be careful with fire. It's a very powerful and dangerous shape of matter."
Hey, little dreamers, did you enjoy tonight's bedtime adventure? If you want more magical tales and exciting adventures, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.